Hello there. The former Labour Foreign Secretary, David Miliband, claims that the election of Donald Trump in the US must make the UK re-evaluate its decision to leave the European Union. Writing in the new Statesman, David Miliband, the brother to the former Labour leader Ed Miliband, tries to take the Brexit argument onto international political ground, particularly that of the US. In it, he says that Donald Trump is basically destabilising the planet and the UK needs to have another referendum and scuttle back to hide behind the skirts of mummy EU before we are swallowed whole by the copious amounts of international boogiemen. Now, I have to say his article takes fear-mongering to a whole new level. It is doom on steroids. Stephen King, Bram Stoker, Edgar Allan Poe and James Herbert all rolled into one. Reading through it, you also get the impression that he seems to think that the whole world is out to get us, except his beloved EU, of course. Must be a throwover from his days in our EU-centric Foreign Office. The world has always been an unstable place, and the small calm times do not last that long. The best place for the UK to be is in the driving seat of its own vehicle, deciding which way to turn and when, and how fast or slow to go for its own benefit. Not sat at the back of a 28-seater with 48 hands wrenching at the steering wheel and some feet hard on the accelerator and half stamping on the brake. How the elder Miliband brother can claim that helps UK global clout, I don't know. Anyway, the boss of Barclays, Jez Stanley, claims that Brexit will allow the UK to not only reclaim its future, but also benefit the UK economy. He also said that any economic hit the UK did take would be minor and go largely unnoticed. There would also be the chance to cut red tape, he said, so making the country more competitive, and that the deregulation and tax cuts in the US meant that he was as concerned, if not more, about financial competition from New York than he was about Brexit negotiations. Far from the tumbleweed town vision of the city that Remainers have. Moving on, in an article for Brexit Central, Simon Gordon asks if the antics of the likes of Chuka Umunna and Anna Soubry in going off on a jaunt abroad to have a cosy little chat with the chief EU Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier just weakens the UK in the eyes of not just the EU but the world at large. As Simon Gordon writes, this trip was claimed as part of the all-party parliamentary group on EU relations. But did they report back to the Foreign Office or Brexit Department on their return, as many such groups do? And he asks, what did Miss Soubry and Mr Umunna say at this meeting? Did they either intentionally or unintentionally undermine the British government's negotiating position? Did they misrepresent UK public opinion in such talks? He asks. The author makes this point, he says, because the claims are being made that, if we were not leaving the EU, the UK would have more clout in dealing with Putin's Russian bear, and he counters by asking, do those who indulge in private diplomacy encourage the vision of the UK as a divided nation, and does it also encourage some to take advantage of us? And on cue, in a short, thought-provoking video, Conservative MEP Daniel Hannan explains how the drive towards the big superstate is the wrong route to take, and that people's desire for self-determination is as strong now as it ever was. There are, as he points out, many more sovereign nations now than there were in the 1950s, as people insist on their own national sovereignty and identity. The tide of history is moving towards self-determination and Brexit is moving with that tide, he said. There is a link to the video in the card above and in the description box below. And here comes another despite Brexit story. Now this is an official despite Brexit story. On announcing that it will invest more into its Luton operation to increase vehicle production from 60,000 to 100,000 a year, and in the process safeguard 1,400 jobs, Vauxhall said that the investment decision was driven by a negotiated performance plan. So what makes this an official despite Brexit story? Well, it comes from the company itself and not a Remain commentator. In its press release, Vauxhall said, "The performance plan has been facilitated by both the responsible social dialogue with the Unite Union, guaranteeing production flexibility, and the support of the United Kingdom Government and Luton Borough Council, despite Brexit uncertainties." Vauxhall's business secretary said, "Today's decision is a vote of confidence in Vauxhall's high-skilled workforce and the UK's world-leading automotive sector. This investment in upgrading the production platform will safeguard and grow jobs, ensuring the future of the Luton plant well into the next decade and help ensure the plant is well positioned for future Vauxhall models to be made in the UK. I say it's despite the best efforts of Remain to wreck Brexit Britain." And finally, as a follow-on to my interview with Gerard Batten and that UKIP is back, news came in that after asking for donations, UKIP received a total of £294,918 from individuals and branches, which was nearly 3 times the aim of £100,000. The party has also separately paid off the £175,000 legal bill and added nearly another 1,000 fresh members to its books. UKIP's interim leader, Gerard Batten, thanked the members and, in reference to the Mayor of London almost salivating at the thought of UKIP's demise, he said, "Our political enemies have been robbed of the pleasure of seeing UKIP disappear from the political scene. A new optimism and a boost in morale is now palpable in our branches and among our members. So I'm sorry, Sadiq. You had better put that champagne on ice. You won't be needing it now." So, what are your thoughts? Please do leave a comment below, and don't forget to grab the link to the video and share it out on Facebook, Twitter and by email. Thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video. And also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.